Yo, what up? It's your boy Trapp, and welcome back to I'm Not a Politician. But we're watching these videos, political videos, all the way. Hold on, this is an ad, so I'm gonna let this play. While I do my thing, so we're gonna watch this video and pretty much, go watch videos all the way to the election and then decide who I'm gonna vote for. So y'all make sure y'all subscribe if y'all want to join this journey with your boy. And today we got how does each presidential candidate win? Harvard's director of polling breaks it down. So I guess he's going to tell us what both need to win. So this should be an interesting video. Let me get this right real quick. All right, let's see.
John Della Volpe, MSNBC political contributor,
let's see. I'm shout out to
at Harvard's Kennedy School Institute of Politics, and a leading expert on young voters. So we're going to get to
more
all
than
of it, John.
Twice.
Welcome. Look, we have been looking at Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin as critical blue wall states. But how could North Carolina and Omaha, Nebraska factor in? I mean, for example, is North Carolina, is it a must-win state for Donald Trump?
For Donald Trump, it all depends, I think, Alex, and thanks for having me, really about the blue wall. I think we start with the blue wall states first, okay? And if Kamala Harris wins the three states, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, and Michigan, she's currently, according to the aggregate of polls, up by between 1 and 2 points in each of those three states. If she can win those three states, it's over. If she loses Pennsylvania, and again, she's up by 1. It's a virtual tie there. If she loses in Pennsylvania, if Donald Trump can win Pennsylvania, then the pressure is on Harris to find another pathway to 270. There are multiple pathways here, though. One of the obvious ones that's been getting a lot of recognition, especially because of the governor's race, as you said, is North Carolina. But North Carolina has 16 electoral votes. Pennsylvania has 19. So it needs to be North Carolina plus another state, plus Georgia, plus Nevada, or plus Arizona.
Okay, it's always it's like a chessboard when you try to figure all this out. Let me ask you, so she wins either North Carolina or Georgia and keeps Pennsylvania, is that it? Does she win?
Essentially assuming it. I think the conventional wisdom, Alex, is if she wins Pennsylvania, it's not guaranteed. The conventional wisdom, if she wins there, she can win the rest of those Rust Belt states, Wisconsin and Michigan. So it's about a combination of those three states first. That's why they call those the blue wall. Those are the states that Trump won against Hillary Clinton in 2016, that Biden won back in 2020. And over the course of this campaign, Democrats have had a slight advantage in each of those three states up until this point.
Okay. Let's get to the youth vote, because you conducted recently new focus groups of the voters under 30 years old, and you found that VP Harris has got about a 31-point lead over Trump among registered voters. But what more can you tell us, John, about these voters? Are they newly registered? Are they signing up to support one candidate or another? Are they registering in swing states? So how about all those questions?
Sure. Well, that data is actually, I've done a lot of focus groups lately, but that data is actually from the Harvard Youth Poll. It's much more than a focus group. It's a survey of more than 2,000 young Americans. And what we can see from that data is just a few months ago, when President Biden was on the top of the ticket, he had a 13-point advantage. And today, among registered voters, as you can see, Kamala Harris has a 31-point advantage. And what I've said for many, many years is,
we should definitely 100% know that that Donald Trump will lose the youth. He can't connect with the youth. He's too old to connect with the youth. The youth is more open, more open-minded, more of a less racist. You know what I'm saying? I hate to say that, but old people, y'all know y'all be racist. The youth is less racist. They're more free, more accepting. They question things more than people that's 35 and up. The way you grew up, So the kids that, my children are 12 and 13 and stuff. They think the stuff Donald Trump be doing be funny, but they can't vote. You see what I'm saying? Under 30 don't think a lot of things is funny. They think a lot of stuff is weird or racist and it's also the generation that, think about this. Donald Trump, may not be a racist. I'm not finna put that on him. But this is what be making him look racist. It's the people that's following him. Some of the people that's following him, they do racist shit, and because they're a representation of him, it make him look. You see what I'm saying? Even though he hasn't, it's not him doing it. That's the generation that he need to vote for him. So when he's doing things or saying things, or they're dealing with Karens and stuff like that, or when they're arguing with a person and then they bring up Trump, they make Trump look a certain way. So they're having something against Trump. You know what I mean? He can't try to do none of the cool little hip hop shit. The youth also care about black culture. The slang, the music, the way that everybody dress, the dancing. Look at the dancing on TikTok. That's all black dancing. You know what I mean? So she does have an advantage there. She's not looked at as like the cool black lady, but she's just more naturally in tune. That's why she talk about middle class a lot. She got her regular family around her. You see what I'm saying? Her regular cousins and who's middle class. So she have an advantage there, and that's why the gap, that's just too big. 31 is crazy. You gotta almost know you guaranteed to lose. You guaranteed to lose the youth voters. But for real though, that's why when you talk to the youth, that's how they think. Sometimes I don't even be understanding. But it's not for me to understand. It's not about me understanding. It's for him to try to figure out, or her to try to figure out, how to get the youth vote. But I do know that the representation that the youth have to deal with makes Trump look a certain way. And the youth ain't fucking with racism. The youth ain't fucking with bullying. You know what I mean? It's certain shit the youth ain't fucking with. And that's what be looking like. I had to really get out of my head that Donald Trump was racist, because I realized it was just the fucking snaggletooth lady who you had an argument with, and she had on a Make America Great hat again. You know what I mean? Or you try to talk. I know some Trump supporters. I can talk to them, have a regular conversation, which would just be good talk. But when you talk to a Trump supporter outside, like it may turn into an argument. Trump didn't even do that. You know what I mean? He's nowhere minding his business. But because she was a supporter of him, it'll affect him. So that's why I think it's gonna be hard for him to get the youth vote. It's the representation. The youth don't like a lot of the stuff that the representation of Trump is doing. You know what I mean? So yeah.
It's basically essential for a Democratic candidate to get to that 60% point with young voters to stand a chance at a electoral college victory. So she is well on her way there. If she can hold that, she will be in good shape. But when I talk to younger voters, I see a couple of things. One is I see in the Harvard polling as well, increasing levels of enthusiasm and likelihood to vote among younger Democrats, whereas younger Republicans seem less enthusiastic than they were just 6 months ago, which is something we rarely find. People less likely to vote, but we're seeing that among younger Republicans. But here's the...
They're losing faith in Trump.
You can't just conduct surveys. I really think to do our job well, Alex, you need to get into the states and talk to voters, specifically young voters. And when I talk to them, I hear three things. Number one is I hear this pervasive sense of struggle that they have, this instability in their life, so much of it connected to the economy. Young voters, many times their first experience and memory is the Great Recession. And now 15 years later, you're dealing with economic struggles, one. pessimism about the future. They talk about things being bleak, scary, unclear. They're looking for some strength and some hope. And third is all of this, I think, is affecting their mental health, and it adds anxiety and strength. So I'm hopeful that the agency will lead them to vote.
Can I get just a quick yes, no, maybe in terms of their reliability is actually going out and voting?
Yes, we had record turnout in 2020, and I think we'll be close there in 2024 as well.
Okay, sounds good. John, thank you so much for joining me. We'll look forward to seeing you again doing your chessboard there that you're sharing with us.
So I wonder why that the young Republicans don't want to vote. Why 6 months ago they all wanted to vote, and now they don't believe anymore. So I wondered, I'm gonna watch one of those like a little study group videos, you know what I mean, that they be dealing with, because that's interesting. I would love to hear why 6 months ago, you know, you was enthusiastic and all of that stuff, and then now he's like, man, I don't even want to vote, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Now you don't want to vote. I don't know, I came across another video saying like, should the Republicans ask Trump to step down and just get a younger candidate? You know what I'm saying? But what do y'all think about that? Is it about it being Donald Trump, or do you have to have Donald Trump, or do you just need like the Republican policies? And so like just another good, you know, younger guy could come in and, you know what I mean, still have the same thing. So y'all let me know what it's about. Is it just about it being Donald Trump, or is it about like the policies and stuff like that? You know what I'm saying? So let me know down below in the comments. Make sure you like, subscribe, go to the little store tab, and I am out.